Ready to go, buddy.
Okay. Hey everybody, it's TITO, CMH Exclusive. We are here with Steve Jackson. Just kidding. Really? That's how it happened?
Don Henley told me Ben Fye would do that. Sure enough, he did.
We're here with Steve Jackson, the host of one of DFW's longest running open mics, and so far, we're here outside of Opening Bell, although you can't really see it, because there are people doing their thing down there. Steve, how long have you been hosting Opening Bell open mic for?
For a year and a half, and we're fixing to get it.
God damn, what a perfect time, huh? They're like this.
Never goes on.
Alright, so Steve, how long have you been hosting Opening Bell open mic?
For a year and a half at this location. For 6 months prior to that.
Go ahead.
So 2 years.
Okay, awesome. And how long have you been attending the open mic?
Since 2005.
2005. Alright, now you were in the music scene in the Dallas area a while back, right?
I left the music scene in 1980.
1980.
North Texas area.
And then you decided to come back.
Yeah, the suggestion of a lot of friends after they heard me play a lot of material that I had written in that time, but I had never gone out to perform. They said, you got to get back on stage. And so I took their advice. I come back from Kansas after working for 5 months and decided, I'm going to do this again.
Awesome. Did you feel that was good advice to take?
Yeah, I really did. When I had done this before, I was the lead guitarist for a band. I wasn't the singer. We got one song per set of original music. Then after that, we had to do all these covers. And it wasn't my material that we were doing. It was the other members of the band. Because most of my stuff was really steeped in jazz, and that was, of course, rock and roll bands. But I got tired of, because there was no place to do original music, no place to really hone your talents from writing skills. We didn't have the open mics at coffee houses.
Yeah.
Coffee houses were non-existent then, but the open mics were equally as non-existent. You just didn't have them.
Well, I've personally heard some people say that you seem to have a knack for spotting at the open mics who's gonna kind of be moving forward with the audience, over time versus who's not. And I think I know a few people who feel like maybe you've had a hand in kind of encouraging them to take a step in the local music scene here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. How do you feel about that?
I feel good because I know personally, while I consider myself a good songwriter, I know that I have a short window for myself, and what I would like to do is migrate into the development of talent and everything else. I consider I've always had a good ear for that talent, whether it be Garrett Owen or I forgot her name now, Stephanie. Emmeline, they catch your ear. You can tell they have the talent. There's a young lady that we just started working with last night in the studio, who is going to blow everybody away. Her name is Kristen Center, and you just have a knack for it. You know what the audience will like. Of course, there's some hit and miss. That, just like there is with anything else. You'll like it, and somebody else won't. But so far, it hadn't been the case. Everybody that I've said, you need to come to one of our showcases that I put on a couple of times a year. Everybody's taking it real well.
Yeah, we obviously know that there's a huge, maybe not huge, but there's a large sort of demand for musicians who can come in and just play any song that they hear on the radio and, make a couple $100 a night. And obviously, most people know by now that, at CMH, we're trying to kind of push away from that. We don't mind big venues, but we also try to stay focused on the coffee shop music type scene because, the talent there just always seems to supersede that of those other things. What would you like to see done with coffee music, aside from, I'm not just saying, become worldwide or anything, but how would you like people to view that?
You know, I think the coffee house music will do well in like movie soundtracks, and that's, you know, a lot of that genre could really work well, because you hear a lot of that already in certain aspects of in parts of music or in movies. But I think that would be the stepping stone to get commercial appeal. You know, there's a lot of smaller artists that, you know, just really don't get out there and aren't heard because, you know, radio airplay on independent labels don't really take off that well, because the record companies aren't backing those.
Mm-hmm.
The big record companies are usually what fuel the radio airplay. So if you've got the movies doing that, then, you know, there comes a push for that to become a popular piece of music. So I think that's really where, you know, the coffee house music can come from. And there are a few artists who are starting to work with Greg. David Ramirez is starting to work with movies.
Yeah.
Christy Kruger, both of them used to be a barista right here at Oakland Mill. They, you know, they're getting play on TV and movies. So I think that's really where that step's going to be. You know, my personal feelings on people who, you know, can go out and make the $200 a night doing cover material and everything else. Those are people who just lost their creative will.
Yeah.
And, you know, I might offend some people by saying that, but, you know who you are. It's just, you know, to me that's selling out. And I know people have to make money, but you know, I'd say stay true to your creative side and don't ever sell out.
Awesome. Well, hey, we know there's a lot of noise going on, and you got to get in and do your thing. Really appreciate your time. Hopefully we can sit down with a more extensive interview sometime soon. And thanks a bunch. See you later, guys.
Oh,